It was a brilliant night of football. Loved it.
It was, mate.
Some goals galore.
It was goals.
Absolutely. Some
goals.
Bad defending, some great goal scoring.
We'll talk about that, but both sides eventually showed their quality, and in the end, they both made hard work of it in their own different way.
Yeah.
You know, but both sides deserved to win. Do you know what I mean? You couldn't argue anything else.
Well,
it was, especially the Liverpool. I mean, honestly, both games, for those that haven't watched both games, only watched one, they were very similar, end to end. You know, every time, Liverpool first 25 minutes, Liverpool totally dominated. How it was only 1-0, never know. And they hung in there somehow. AC Milan hung in there. And when they got the equaliser, it's like, where's that come from? And then a couple of minutes later, the 2-1, it was like, where's that come from?
Talk me through the defending, though. For me, Trent, you know, he's at fault for both goals. Positionally, he's all over the place. I think he forgets that he plays right back. I think he's amazing going forward. Brilliant. He's got so much talent, you know, and I love watching him play when he's got the ball at his feet. But when he hasn't got the ball, he's so bad at getting back. He gets done with the 1-2. He gets done positionally out of position. First and foremost, you got to defend. You're a right back. You're playing in a big team. And without Van Dijk, they got exposed tonight. I think they got exposed. And look, they won the game, but they made it difficult. And against better opposition in the Premier League, I think they'll get done.
I think that's got to come from Klopp, you know, because his role when he plays, and Robertson the other side, they play like wingers, and that's the way they play. They're attacking fullback. They're almost like wing backs. Defensively, I'm not so sure. A couple of times Salah in the second half. When Trent overlapped, Salah, to his credit, in particular the second half, he got himself back, and I wonder whether Klopp has said to him, if Trent goes beyond you, your job is to cover him, because if you've got Trent high wide and he's putting balls in the box, or maybe his positional play is in support and he doesn't get it and play breaks down.
Yeah.
If that's what he is told to do, then I almost feel sorry for him.
You don't want your winger playing right back.
Well,
especially Salah.
But
done it 3 times in the second half.
But if that's what they've been asked, and he's so good at it, Trent. He's a winger, isn't he? Essentially, the way Liverpool play, when they got ball in the high and wide areas, he's almost a winger. So if he's been asked to play like that, and he creates so many chances, and he's so useful high and wide, they have to legislate for that. And I'm wondering, with the midfield, have got to take some responsibility as well. If they're sitting slightly deeper, and also you made the point there about Van Dijk, the organisation as a centre half, you can see everything in front of you. You can see if something's developing, and you've got to pull someone back. Look, they made it hard work, Liverpool. They made it harder work than they should have done, but they, on the first 25 minutes, mate, they were truly awesome.
Yeah, they were awesome.
Truly awesome.
They're relentless.
They were absolute, and how they hung in there, Milan. But you know, at half time, the truth is they were 2-1 down, and that will concern Klopp, that they were so dominant, yet they went in at half time 2-1 down. And also Pep will be annoyed that they conceded the goals they did.
Well, they won 6-3, and some of the goals were class. Jack Grealish got off the mark in the Champions League with a fantastic goal, to be fair to him, and played really well. Enjoyed watching him. Again, defensively, though, Leipzig actually played really well. And every time they got themselves back in the game, they let themselves down by conceding a cheap goal straight away.
Well, City's they're, again, brilliant going forward. They scored 6. It could have been more. It could have been. If it was double figures tonight, you couldn't say that they didn't deserve it. But they conceded 3. On another day, they might even concede 1 or 2 more. Both sides. And you look at that and think, can you both concede that amount of goals at home against opposition that probably aren't going to get beyond the last 16 and expect to win it?
Yeah. Well, looking at the games, can they win? Can them teams now? Looking at all 4 teams over, Manchester United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City. Can any of them win it?
Well, the answer to that is yes. All of them can win it, you could say. I mean, looking at Man United last night, you do question whether they have the manager to win it, but Liverpool can win it. They've won it. City can win it. Got to the final last year, and Chelsea champion. So the answer to that question is yes. But if they defend like that, both sides,
they won't win it.
They won't win it, because you can't win. It's very difficult to win a cup competition like that if you concede goals, cheap goals.
You look at Chelsea. I look at Chelsea, and they might not be as glamorous as Man City or Liverpool in the way that they play. They don't concede goals.
Well, we rode our luck last night.
But they don't concede.
No, we didn't. We didn't concede against Villa. We should have done.
But that's the difference.
Somehow we found a way in the last 2 games to keep clean sheets. The truth is, we probably should have conceded in both games, but we didn't somehow. And that, sometimes you can ride your luck, and I think those 2 games we have.
for the calls. Fred, who's a Liverpool fan. Fred, good evening.
All right, Fred.
Fred?
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 Hello.
Fred? Ah,
Hello,
there he
mate.
is. There he is.
Hello, mate. How are we?
We're
Fred.
good, mate. We're good. Watching the game tonight, what did you make of it?
Mate, I don't think Trent Alexander-Arnold's good enough. I don't think he's a right back.
I mean, you're a Liverpool fan, right? When you say he's not good enough, tell me what he's not good enough at.
Defending.
He can't defend, mate.
Yeah, but if
He's
you
the
look at his
best- he's the best player in
position,
the world on the ball, but he's not good enough as a defender.
but I think that is a calculated risk from Klopp. Klopp sets his team up knowing that he's going to take a risk, knowing that he can get his fullbacks high and wide, and their first job when Liverpool in possession is not to be defensively solid. Their first job is, can we make the pitch big? Can we become a winger? That's basically it. If the ball breaks down,
Yeah, he's a right back,
but
Jason.
that's got to come to Klopp.
He's
It's
a
got
right
to come from
back,
Klopp.
he's a defender.
No, but Fred,
First and foremost, you defend.
Fred,
Keep the ball out your net.
Exactly,
No,
he
but-
defends.
yeah, but that's
That's why he doesn't play for England. He'll never
Okay,
play
no-
for England as a right back.
well, that's another argument, right? Because defensively, he is not the best. I'm not going to disagree with that. But tonight, the goals Liverpool conceded, I think, has got to come from Klopp. I think that he's got to organise certainly his midfield and his two centre halves.
No. It comes from a desire to get back in your shape when you give the ball away. That's the problem with Trent. His recovery runs are not good enough. He gets done positionally. That's it. That is it. It's not down to Klopp. You can play out high and wide and play where you want. But when you give the ball away, you got to get back quickly.
I think
Salah runs past him.
I think you're asking a lot for your right back. If you want him to be supporting out wide and be high and wide and almost play like a winger, to ask and expect him to get back every single time is
Carl
asking
Walker
too
does
much.
it. Carl Walker does it.
Carl Walker
Reece
doesn't always
James
do it.
does it.
Reece James doesn't always do it.
He does.
They don't when they
They
play
don't
home.
concede goals,
Chelsea
Jason.
play three. Chelsea play three, so that's down to Azpilicueta, right? Carl Walker sometimes gets out of position, but City, the way they generally close and squeeze the ball out the pitch. But look, I'm just saying, tonight what I've seen, I think Klopp has got to take that responsibility.
Fred, just on the game, it was a great game of football, I have to say. It was nice to
But
see
also,
Champions League back.
Also, 3 months ago we were talking about UEFA Super League, and surely we got promoted in the England game a bit more. English game. Champions League rules. I don't want to swear on radio
don't
and
swear.
that, but we got promoted in the English game, the Championship. Some great games tonight. I think we should be promoting them more.
Yeah.
And I think we in the media are hypocrites by promoting
Wait, we?
European football, and then you know what I mean.
What's we?
What do you mean?
When you say we, who are you? He's gone. I don't think he's a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced of that.